fucking mouth!
Dad, please! Look, bro, if you want to rob us, we ain't got nothing, alright? Everything's...
Fuck about your money. You just slash your heads.
Why, we don't even know you.
You know exactly what you two are. Murdering terrorists.
Terrorists? You're the one holding them back.
You two are the terrorists here. Go call the police. They should lock you up and you should be.
Because I'm for what? We ain't done nothing.
That's a lie!
My name is Islah Abdur-Rahman. I'm an actor, filmmaker, and content creator. I discovered filmmaking in the sixth form. I realised I loved it before I even knew what it was. Discovering film and using it as an art, I was able to kind of narrate my ideas in the right direction, so it had some sort of purpose. I made a series called Man on the Wall, went viral, and then I moved on to a series called Corner Shop. It just so happened to be that the character was Muslim and it was portraying positive stories, positive narratives, and I wanted to make it normal that he's a Muslim. I wanted to make it understandable that he's a Muslim and the struggles that he goes through. Again, I just realised how much of a positive impact I can make just doing film. Allahu Akbar. My faith ties into my creativity in so many ways, and it's portraying that and reminding people that we're just human. We're just human, and a bad group of people have portrayed us in a very negative way, and I'm here to change that.
Right?
Yeah.
Banging film.
When Bending Like Mecca came out, it was like the first of its kind.
And it was like, there was little like jokes that were just catered towards us.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I remember the best scene was like, she goes, how are you playing football? You can't make round chapatis. Yeah. They do certain like jokes or certain stories where you can only relate as an audience.
The benchmark is so low, it's just don't cast us as a terrorist. And don't cast us as a Muslim woman who wants to take off her hijab and find freedom. That's not our stories. We've got real stories. And I think there have been filmmakers that have tried and they've done a better job at it. You know, Riz Ahmed, when I spoke to him, he made a film called The Long Goodbye.
Amazing film, yeah.
Amazing film, Oscar award-winning film, right? That literally tackled racism on the head, right? And it's people like him that inspired me to then make my own. I think growing up in the UK as a Muslim, you didn't really think anything of it. It was just, you know, growing up as you do. But everything changed after 9/11. I remember I saw it on the news and I didn't think anything of it, especially at that age that I was. I was only in year 6 until I went to school and I could just feel the difference in everyone's perspective. I could feel the rage towards anyone who was Muslim, and that rage was felt one day when I was coming back from somewhere with my mum on the bus, and a guy got on the bus who was clearly intoxicated, clearly had a few drinks, and he was quite aggressive. He started shouting things at me, at my mum, you know, saying, go back to your country, terrorist, you know, he was getting not just verbally abusive, he was getting physically abusive. He was trying to, you know, threaten and throw hands, and then I did what I thought would be the right thing to do, was jump in the way, trying to block the path between him and my mum. No one said anything, no one intervened, no one told the guy to calm down. And then we got off the bus as quick as we could, and then we were too scared to get on another one, so we walked home. And we walked like an hour. And then you grow up from that experience, and then you think, okay, I can't be a Muslim and not be hated by default. I think when you witness 9/11 and then you witness 7/7 and then you start witnessing attack after attack after attack, and then it becomes a stereotype, it becomes a trend, it becomes a, oh, here we go again. Then you realize this isn't gonna stop, it's gonna keep happening. There's gonna be pockets of it, and then when we think it's safe to go outside, it happens all over again. And I was right. The craziest thing that happened was how it got misinterpreted, and there was false news being spread that the attacker of the kids in Southport was a Muslim migrant. And to see how far and how quickly that spread to inspire and to encourage racism and Islamophobia was crazy. It was a wake-up call for me in so many ways, because I got to see who my allies were, I got to see who was a closet racist, and I got to see the state of this country. Ironically, I was on set for one of my films called Ruby, and it's a very positive project. You know, I coached a lot of young people, but the day we booked for filming was the day the riot started. A lot of the crew were from ethnic minority backgrounds. A lot of the crew were Muslim. So then it became a case of all of us finding ways to travel to set. It was really sad that we actually had to do that just because of the colour of our skin, or just because of one of us had a beard, or one of us was wearing a hijab, you know?
It's you lot trying to replace our population. You're ruining our culture. You're ruining our history.
History? What about the 70s? When my dad was just going about his day, and he got caught on the other end of what you lot call packy bashing.
And what about 7/7, eh? When you terrorists blew up that train that killed my mum?
I lost my mum as well, yeah? But not from them bombs. She was wearing hijab on the way to work. Someone decided he didn't like it. Someone just as angry as you are right now. Sorry about your mum, man. The ones that did it, it weren't us. That's not what Muslims do. That's not Islam.
So I made this film off the back of what happened when the race riots happened in the UK. And it just triggered that moment for me after 9/11 when I was on the bus. I was a little boy, and that sentence that guy said to me and my mum on the bus, "Go back to your country," that's now become like a slogan for people of the far right, for people who are, you know, racist and Islamophobic. Again, I couldn't just sit to one side and let it happen. I had to be creative and respond to it creatively. So I made this film. I don't know. I really wish I could say I don't have to make films like this anymore. But society's proven otherwise.